Hello and welcome to the Passion Show. My name is Phil, and joining me as always is my co-host Kyle.
Hello.
And joining us this week is our special guest Leo Freezer.
Hello. I'm very excited to be here.
We're excited to have you.
Yeah, but can I just say, this was I had no idea where this was taking place. I didn't know where it was. So when you get two guys from Liverpool asking you to turn up at a random location, I did get a bit worried, but there's no gun to my head or anything behind me, so it's all good.
Not yet, anyway.
Nobody can clarify that.
That's
it's just
true.
audio.
To be fair,
it might be a better podcast if our lives are on the line.
it's soundproof in here, so no one can hear you scream.
Yeah.
There you go. Good reference. Nice.
So in today's episode, we're talking about the Halloween movie franchise.
We are indeed.
Me and Phil have only seen the
The
most recent
remake, yeah.
Yeah.
Shame on you two. What did you feel? Surely it didn't make that much sense if you hadn't seen.
We went to see it with a friend of ours, and he kind of explained it.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
what was? Do you remember what?
Well, I
how
know
he broke it down.
I have the general gist. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Yeah, there was a few references that I only got because he told me,
Yeah.
like the poker in the eye and stuff.
Oh, okay.
A spoiler for Halloween.
Yeah. Spoilers.
The whole of
sorry.
Halloween.
Yeah. The whole thing. But you went to see it. You said you had a.
Yeah. So basically, I went with Phil and two other people, and I was sat next to Phil, and Phil was really pissed off of me because
Oh.
I think we spoke about it in the horror podcast. Because
Yeah.
I was pissing myself laughing at all the deaths. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. what was your favourite death? Was it
What?
when he stamps on
When he
him?
stomps on the police officer's head, yeah.
just his
Oh,
head
it's so
just
funny.
explodes.
I can't remember
But-
anything from that film. I just remember being pissed off with you.
Yeah, I think, to be fair, I love the Halloween films a lot more than other. I think the first Halloween is what made me fall in love with film.
Mm.
So it's the first sort of film I really studied in sixth form, and then ever since that film, I just sort of fallen in love with the genre. And I just love that film is the perfect film for me. You've probably both got films which is I cannot fault it.
La
Like
La
it.
Land.
I thought you were gonna say that. But yeah, I just love that film so much. I think it is a beautiful film as well.
How old were you when you watched it?
So I would have been in my first year of sixth form.
So 16.
Yeah. So it was quite late to the party.
What
But
was
yeah-
it you love about it?
It's just it's such a simple story, but it's done so well. I think there's so many things that contribute to making that film so good. So John Carpenter's direction. He wrote the music for the film
Yeah, he did the
as
score as
well.
well,
He's
didn't
done
he?
the score.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun,
it's
dun,
just
dun,
such.
dun,
It's
dun,
so
dun.
iconic, and I just think I have this thing, right? I don't know if I was spoke. I have this thing where I don't like long films.
Oh.
So I'll seek out to watch films that are under 2 hours, preferably.
Alright.
So some of my favourite films are an hour and a half, hour 40. It's just this really weird thing I have, but yeah, I love everything about that film. I think Michael Myers is the most iconic serial killer in film.
He kind of started the whole
Mm.
slasher genre, didn't he?
Yeah, he really did. Yeah, and I think what makes him so good is there is no in the first film. You don't know why he's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
There's an opening scene, spoilers, but
It shows his childhood.
yeah,
doesn't
it shows his childhood, but they never really try to explain why he is what he is, and I think that's what I love so much about him. He doesn't really have a motivation. He's just a killing machine.
Yeah, I like the way he is sort of like a force of nature.
Mm.
He walks everywhere,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
will catch
Yeah.
up.
But yeah, what was I saying? The first one, yeah, I love that film, but then some sequels happen,
Right, so
which is where
one of my favourite stories about Halloween
yeah,
surrounds Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
yes,
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Season of the Witch.
So I'll try and explain it as best I can,
Tell
and
me.
you can jump in and
Yeah,
sort of
tell
tell me where I'm wrong.
me. Mm.
But basically, when they first created the Halloween franchise, they wanted to make each one a different story,
It's true.
creating
Oh,
a different
yeah,
with a
I've
different
heard
villain.
this.
So the first
true.
one came out was hugely successful. So they were
Mm.
they just made a sequel straight away, which
Mm.
carried on right from it.
It did.
But the third one, they wanted to go back to that original idea, and I'm not sure what it's about. But I assume it's witches.
Yeah, I mean that film isn't the one that I've seen the most times, so I'm not.
hmm
But
I've heard it's got a really
it-
big cult following.
it
though,
is.
though.
It does have a bit of a following. I think I think the third season of The Witch is the one that has a bit of a cult following for like quite good reason. I think people quite like that film. Halloween H2O.
Why is it called H2O?
Well, it's meant to be Halloween 20 years later.
Oh, I
But
didn't
what's
know.
it got to do with water?
I know it doesn't.
It doesn't.
That's the thing. Like, people think it's like Halloween water. So
Yeah?
it's just like the most random title ever.
Was it not? It's just
No,
called
it's
H20.
literally- It's called like it's meant to be like H20, and so it's like Halloween 20 years later.
So is this the
since-
fourth one?
That so there was one with Paul Rudd in.
Yeah,
as
Because
well.
he plays Michael Myers, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah. In
Yeah,
the
yeah.
I think it's the Revenge of Michael Myers. I think that might be the fifth one.
I
There's
never
one-
knew this.
Yeah. Paul Rudd's in that, and then I think it's H2O, and then it's Halloween Resurrection with Busta Rhymes in. Do you know anything about this film?
No.
Okay,
Go on,
I'm
go on.
going to tell you about this film. Okay, so this film spends about 5 minutes setting up Busta Rhymes' character as like he's going to be the hero of this film. Just bear that in mind. Busta Rhymes a hero in a Halloween film.
Well, everyone loves Busta Rhymes, so why wouldn't he be?
It's true, but they go. This woman, one of the women in the film, goes to his house, and
Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes' house. and
Does he play Busta Rhymes?
he no, he does. Unfortunately, it would be a lot better. He plays like this guy that's like, we're gonna get like 1,000 views. So the plot is that they go back to the Myers house, and they're gonna like set up loads of webcams. So it's like in 2002, it was like a really big thing. They thought, and Busta Rhymes like, we're gonna get like 1,000 views. We
1,000
all-
hits.
Yeah, 1,000 hits, and we're gonna make lots of money. So like,
Gonna go
Th-
viral.
yeah. This is literally the plot of the film, and there's a scene where she goes to Busta Rhymes' house and interrupts him watching like this like ninja film, and he's like getting really into it, and they're setting it up like. So he's like, okay, why are they setting this up? I swear on my life, there is a scene where Michael Myers walks in and Busta Rhymes just full on ninja moves like kicks him in the face. Watch this film. It's the greatest film I've ever seen. There's also this film where he puts on, because he's meant to like try and scare these people like for the views, and he puts on the Michael Myers mask and he talks to Michael Myers in the Michael Myers mask, and he's having to go. He's like, get out of here, man! Like I'm playing him tonight. And Michael Myers looks at him and just walks away. Like, Busta Rhymes plays like God in this film. It is ridiculous, but he starts like pulling out these like ninja moves. But yeah, Halloween Resurrection is probably like the guilty pleasure film for me. It's so bad, but it's one of those films where I could watch over and over again because it's just so unbelievably funny for all the wrong reasons. But I love it. Yeah.
I get Michael Myers mixed up with like Jason sometimes. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was thinking of Jason X. That's the one in
Jason
space,
X,
in it.
I love that
Is that the
film
one in
as well.
space?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
there's
space.
one in space,
Yeah,
but this
yeah.
isn't
Wow.
Halloween. But
Yeah, that's set like ridiculous amount in the future. Jason X. That's like
Silly.
thousands and thousands of years in the future. Like it was meant to be anyway, and he comes back. But
In-
yeah, who's your guys' favourite sort of slasher killer?
Oh.
Do you have a
Oh,
I like Freddy
Jason,
Krueger.
Freddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Ghostface.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
I-
it's a different person each time, but like,
Yeah, I like
Mm.
Scream. Scream
Yes.
is probably my favorite like slasher franchise.
Yeah. I mean, the Scream, the first film was very like heavily inspired from Halloween, wasn't it?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
there's even a scene where they're watching Halloween
Mhm.
in Scream. So you guys seen the remake, but please go back and watch Halloween Resurrection. You
Okay.
don't
Okay.
you don't really need to see. and
I enjoyed the remake, to be fair.
I did enjoy it. It was
Yeah.
alright.
yeah, I think it's a good film. I think
Well, it's not a remake. It's like a sequel, isn't it?
Yeah,
it
it's
is a sequel.
I suppose. Well, Rob Zombie remade Halloween.
In that film, he goes more into like his childhood and stuff, doesn't
yeah,
he?
yeah. He spends like 50 minutes in that remake trying to explain why Michael is the way he is.
I don't think that's the point though.
I think
I think
he can-
that's boring.
Yeah. I think, but with Rob Zombie, it was an odd choice to direct like a Halloween film. Like you know what you're gonna get with Rob Zombie,
Mhm.
so he has like weird families. So
Is his
but-
name actually Rob Zombie?
Robert
Yeah.
Zombleton.
yeah.
Zombleton?
No, that's made up. That's made
Wait,
up.
what did he
He
get?
should have gone along with that. And then he
Did
would've-
he get changed?
What do you mean? Did he
to,
get?
to zombie,
I think his genuine name is.
and he's a horror movie director.
Yeah,
Well, he's a musician.
He's a musician as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do you
I
have never
don't-
heard
I
of Rob
don't-
Zombie?
I don't know
Yeah.
shit, do I?
He did House of a Thousand Corpses and
Yeah.
stuff, Devil's Rejects.
Alright.
Yeah, he's a very capable horror director, but I don't know if he was right for Halloween.
Do you know do you know Gino D'Campo?
Yeah.
Do you know what his middle name is?
No.
Let's Google it.
My phone's dead.
Oh, it's
Is it-
Sheffield.
Gino Sheffield
Oh, I
D'Campo.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got changed on Celebrity Juice, didn't he?
What?
Because Keith Lemon used to say that he's from Sheffield. And,
Yeah.
like he's just faking his accent.
Yeah.
So he got his name like legally changed to Sheffield for some task on Celebrity Juice.
And it was like
Like,
legally
yeah, now-
changed.
now
It's
his
on,
name's-
it's on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
So like on his like licenses will have
Yeah, Gino Sheffield.
Sheffield D'Campo. That's a bit. I did not expect those words to come out.
It just
come
came
out
into
of
my head then
That's
because you said
amazing.
about changing
Yeah,
names.
yeah, that's amazing.
Are we keeping this
Sheffield.
in?
We'll
Yes.
make it someone else.
This-
if you want.
yeah, this is a great fact. This is the best thing I've ever learned. But the back to Halloween, like the remakes, they're doing a trilogy.
Oh wow.
So there's going to be another one next year called Halloween Kills.
What?
Yeah,
What? I didn't know
Halloween
this.
Kills.
it's called Halloween Kills. Yeah.
In the same storyline.
Same storyline, so it follows on. I don't know how Michael manages to escape,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but he always does.
He got pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
At the end of the last one.
I think what I liked about like the ending to that film as well, it sort of sets up the three women, like Laurie and then her daughter and then Laurie's daughter's daughter.
Mhm.
So it's like I quite like that. I think it's like a trio of like final girls,
Yeah,
which I
it's
really
interesting.
it's really interesting.
I'd like to
um,
see it. I'd like to see this genre sort of evolve a bit more because
It's gone a bit dead, isn't it?
Yeah,
Slasher film
when you
genre.
think about the classic slashers, you think about like the original films of each franchise, like Friday the 13th and Halloween and Freddy Krueger. And as a lot of their sequels go, they get a lot more ridiculous. and
Yeah.
They sort of died out in the noughties. But
They got parodised with the scary
Yeah,
movie films,
yeah.
and then they got
Well,
completely subverted with Cabin in the Woods.
yeah, well, like Scream did it first. Like Wes
Mm.
Craven
Yeah.
himself just like said, this is a bit ridiculous.
bit
Yeah.
silly. I think horror though is like probably the genre at the moment. Would you not agree? Like the last few years, I think Jordan Peele's like
Yeah, yeah.
It's like catapults
catapulted that genre into the mainstream. But
And
You
that
got-
weird hereditary bloke.
yeah,
Who's
Ari
making
Aster,
Midsommar and shit like
Ari
that.
Aster, yeah.
I haven't
Did-
seen Hereditary yet.
You not
No, I've
seen
seen
it?
Hereditary. I haven't seen Midsommar.
Midsommar, yeah.
Ah, it's a weird movie.
yeah.
Hereditary is really good though.
Yeah,
I like that. film.
Controversial.
Yeah, I agree with
yeah,
you on that.
controversial. The thing is though, I usually tend to like not like films that are actually quite good just to be cool. But yeah, I think that the horror in Hereditary has done very well.
Yeah.
It did creep me out. I think the scene on the desk when he's like
Mhm.
smashing his head on the desk was amazing. I loved that.
Have you seen Doctor Sleep yet?
No, I haven't. I
Oh.
haven't seen it. I do want to see it.
It's really long. You won't like that.
Will I not?
It's,
Oh,
it's proper long.
how long is it?
It's like 2.5 hours.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I was sitting there needed a wee for like the last hour.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare.
What was it like? Was it?
I really
good?
liked it though.
Yeah.
Kyle didn't like it.
Me and Phil had beef over it.
Yeah.
I think
What?
I called you a stupid dickhead.
No, without trying to spoil it, what do they reference The Shining a lot in
Oh,
it?
do they fucking ever?
Yeah, do they love it?
Well, yeah,
Fuck,
yeah.
the
Well, why
entire-
wouldn't you? Why
That's
wouldn't
what it
you?
is.
If The Shining happened to you, you'd mention it, wouldn't you?
Does it focus a lot on like the Overlook Hotel and stuff? Do they go?
It goes.
Yeah, they go
No,
back to it.
just shut up! You're spoiling it. Yeah,
so
they talk
predictable.
about it.
Yeah.
It's not great when that happens, but the rest's good.
Okay.
Danny, the way they handle Danny is really interesting.
I was gonna say
And-
I'm really interested to see what they do with him.
And what they
'cause-
do with the concept of The Shining, like the
Mm.
way other people use it, that's interesting.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Is Ewan McGregor?
He's great.
He's great.
As usual.
I do like Ewan.
He's a lovely man.
Yeah, he's a good bloke.
He got a good beard.
Yeah, he's very good. He was going to be Obi-Wan again, right? Have I
gonna-
heard that? He's going to be
it's-
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
yeah.
Funny you should say Obi-Wan Kenobi, because
Mm.
they do midichlorians to The Shining.
Oh, you're stupid. You're an idiot. You don't. Yeah. You don't know what you're saying.
You're right, Carl. You need take a breather. But
Silly boy.
but yeah, what's the best? I know we've gone off topic here,
That's
but I quite
fine.
like it. But what's the best film you guys seen this year, in your opinion?
I'll look from. Oh, my phone's over there.
Le
It's gonna
Mans
film log.
66, otherwise known as Ford vs Ferrari.
That's stupid. That
Have you seen that?
the
Boss?
the way it's called Ford versus Ferrari. That's silly.
Yeah.
That's a
But what's
silly
the?
name.
Is
It's
it
called
Le Mans? Was it
Le Mans or
Le
something like
Mans.
that. I don't know.
I don't care about the story. I couldn't care less about two car.
It's a true story.
Companies.
It's a
I don't
really-
care.
It's,
I might watch it.
I didn't care about like racing or anything like that,
Yeah.
but like it makes you care.
Rush was really
wh-
good. Have you seen
Yeah,
Rush?
I did like Rush.
It looks
Hemsworth,
like
Chris-
Rush.
Yeah.
I'd definitely recommend it. What about you?
Phil, if you had to pick one.
Probably Endgame.
Endgame.
Or if I'm not,
Endgame was long. Endgame was a long film, but
do you know? So when I went to see it,
Yeah.
can I say that I saw it a day early now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
of course you
So I got to see it a day early.
Yeah.
With because I work at.
love
Actually, I'm gonna say that again. I got to see it a day early because I work at a cinema.
that. Yeah.
So did your boy over here.
So
yes, boys.
So went to see it, and then the next day,
Mm.
so I got in about 5 a.m. because I had to watch it
Mm.
after work at midnight.
Okay.
The next day, I was going to the double bill of Infinity War and then
Oh my god!
Endgame.
So you saw it again?
Yeah. So in the space of like 12 hours, I saw like
Yeah.
9 hours. Space of like 24 hours, I saw like 9 hours worth of Avengers.
Yeah.
So that was long.
Was it worth the? Because I've seen you guys seen every single one.
Mm.
Is it like did it live up to what it was been building since? Yeah.
I sobbed from like when the portals opened to like the end of the movie.
My-
to, like,
my
rip
jaw
off
was
that.
on the floor.
That fight scene is one of the
Brilliant.
best fight scenes ever put to film.
But if I'm,
The like scale of it
it's insane.
was amazing, and then when you realise how many characters they've had to deal with throughout that franchise, and they all come together, like, yeah, my jaw's on the floor at that scene.
It's boss.
Yeah,
It's fucking
so
great.
boss. Yeah.
But if I'm going for a film that isn't sort of blockbustery, I liked
Mm.
Us a lot.
Mm,
I
Us-
thought it was really
yeah,
good.
Us was really
I
good.
really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
House Train Your Dragon 3.
I
That was
haven't
really
seen it. I
good.
really want to see it.
I really enjoyed that. I cried a lot at that.
Is it sad?
Yeah.
Does it
Well-
end it?
well-
Does it end the?
It ends the franchise quite well.
Yeah.
I cried happy and sad.
Happy and sad.
Yep.
Oh, you said that so.
That's the best review I can give it.
I'm scared to watch that film now. I'm gonna cry.
And then, so what are you saying about your favourite film this year
What
so
am I
far?
saying? I've seen a lot of films this year. To be fair.
Mhm.
Am I allowed to say a film that I've seen, but it didn't come out
Is it
this
Parasite?
year? It's not Parasite, but Parasite is amazing. To be fair, yeah,
Go
we
on.
can tell that story on another one. That would be amazing.
Okay.
It's a film called. Have you heard of Mary and Max? It didn't come out this year.
It sounds it sounds like familiar, like I've heard of it, but I don't know what it's about.
Yeah, it's an animation,
Mhm.
and it's the most. It made me sob.
Oh.
I never cry at films, but
How
this
long was it?
This is the beauty of it. It's 1 hour 27. I think.
Is that why
I
you
was
made
like,
you cry?
yeah. I have a thing on my. That's why it made me cry. Yeah, I was like, oh, this film's ending now. This is so beautiful.
Like 1 minute 26.
1 minute 20. Oh, I could even get another hour and a half film in now. It's just, it's beautiful. Which makes no sense if I watch 1.5 because I'm just wasting time anyway. But it's an Australian film, and it's based on a true story about this little girl who randomly finds a person in like a phone book and she starts sending letters to this guy in America. He's voiced by Seymour Hoffman. RIP.
When did this come out?
2009, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm just talking about a film I've seen this year,
Okay.
Yeah. But it's beautiful. I really couldn't recommend it more. It surprised me so much at how good it was. It's a beautiful story.
Go check it out.
Yeah,
Mary and Max.
please go and check Mary and Max out.
Philip Seymour Hoffman,
Yeah,
very good actor.
I believe it's on Amazon Prime. If
Okay.
anyone is lucky enough to have that.
I watched Infernal Affairs last night.
Okay, what do you think?
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so if
The
you've seen
Departed,
if you've
yeah.
seen The Departed, you'll get it because it is confusing. But it's really good. It's really tense.
Yeah,
It's like so
very
the
good.
point is like there's like the cops and the baddies and they both have a mole in each other's organisations, and it's really fascinating.
Did you like The Departed?
I really liked The Departed.
Yeah,
it's great.
yeah. A lot of people don't like that film, and I don't understand.
I think it might be because Scorsese won his Oscar for it when he did
that
all the
was so
things.
that was so stupid. I was talking about this with Samir last night. I was just like, there's so many people that won Oscars for something they shouldn't have done.
Like
DiCaprio.
DiCaprio is the perfect example of that.
He should have won for
Yeah.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah,
or Django Unchained.
That's what I was. Django Unchained. Would that film have been good if Leonardo DiCaprio wasn't in it?
Probably.
I don't think.
It
I
wouldn't
don't
have
think.
been as good.
So
Django. I don't think it would have been good without
Mhm.
Leonardo DiCaprio
Well,
in.
like, good at all.
No.
Wow.
If it was any other person playing that character, I don't believe that film would have been good.
I'm
That's just my
kinda-
opinion, but
I'm stealing something Samir said once, I think,
Mm.
but it probably stuck with me. So Christoph Waltz won Best Supporting Actor for that film, didn't he?
Yes.
And fair play to him, he's fucking
He's great.
But I
Yeah.
think he has more screen time than Django
Yeah, it's
over the
true.
whole runtime. So he is the lead
He's the lead.
actor.
But he
So
won.
if you made him lead actor, made Jamie Foxx and Leonardo DiCaprio go for Best Supporting, Leonardo DiCaprio would have won that.
Yeah,
easy.
yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
no, I agree. As you say, coming about Tarantino, do you guys like him as like a...
I don't
I like
him
his
as a
films.
person,
I like his
but I
films a
stories.
lot. I do like his
Have
films.
you heard the story about... I got told this yesterday. Have you all ever been told the story about the guitar from the Hateful Eight?
No.
No. So basically it was like on set, I don't know if you remember, have you seen the Hateful Eight?
I haven't seen it all the way through.
I fucking love the Hateful
Yeah,
Eight, so I think it's very underrated.
Do you remember the scene where Kurt Russell smashes the guitar?
Yes,
Vaguely. And there's like a reaction from, is it Jennifer Jason Leigh in that film? And she's like, and it's kept, but it's a bit like off
Oh,
the...
it's because it's an expensive guitar.
Yeah.
I remember hearing this.
Tarantino knew this. There's like this really vintage guitar, and all the cast knew apart from Kurt Russell. And Tarantino deliberately let him smash this guitar, and he was like, oh, that reaction from, because that's why the actress thought, what?
Fuck.
I know, like, what? It just blows my mind. Why would you do that?
But if it makes a good reaction, if it gets a good shot.
I know, but he could have got that shot out of. This is what they get paid to do. Actually, they get paid to make these reactions.
It's like Leonardo DiCaprio when he cuts his hand up. That's not acting.
It's not. It's
just cut his hand.
He's just cut his hand, but doesn't that like not infuriate you? Like this guitar story. Like, I got told it. I was like, what a dick. Like, why would you do that?
There's other like what's his name? The guy who does The Shining. He's an arsehole.
It's Kubrick.
Yeah,
Kubrick.
Like, he's a big dickhead. I was watching some stuff on The Shining because I've been quite like into it recently.
I love The Shining.
And like interviews with like Shelley Duvall and stuff, and like she's just
Wendy.
fuming. Yeah, she's fuming.
Yeah.
Oh,
What, she full on fuming, aren't
Yeah, yeah, because like there's the bit where she's trying to get out the front door and she's got to really push the door because the snow is blocking it.
Yeah.
And she's like, I've been trying to push this door for hours now, and it's just too much snow behind it. And you're making me work too hard.
I heard,
yeah,
Kubrick, like, he makes actors do takes so many times. It's like
Hundreds.
ridiculous.
He
Yeah,
makes
like
them do
hundreds
takes.
and hundreds. Yeah.
He makes them do takes before they start rolling. They do like 30 takes without even recording a single second of it.
But if I can imagine, like, once you have a take, you've got it. So why what's he looking for? Doing it like 30, 50?
I think from The Shining, I think he did that when she was getting chased up the stairs to try and make her look more drained.
Yeah, because
I
think
think
it
trying to
works.
knock her out.
She
yeah,
did.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like, she had a rough time on set, but she said she like, although she went through like literal hell,
She
said she really likes that she was in it, and that it's like a product now. So I don't know, maybe all's well that ends
it probably
well.
worked. Yeah. They say Jack Nicholson speaks really highly of him, doesn't he? But yeah, I miss Jack Nicholson. He hasn't been in the film in ages, has he? I share a birthday with him.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. But I think he's like retired now.
Oh,
But
he's
so-
quite sick, isn't he?
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. He's cool. But so Joe Pesci, who's in The Irishman, which that's 3.5 hours long, guys. 3 hours. And another half an hour on top of that. What am I going to do there? I really want to see this film, but
People are loving it.
I think we won't see this cast ever again together. It's sad, but I don't think we will.
I hadn't really thought about it like that. It's quite interesting.
Yeah. But I think Pacino, De Niro, Joe Pesci, like that I'm really excited to see it. Harry saw it and he said it was amazing. He said it was really, really good, so but yeah.
Did you see Joker?
Yes.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I love it.
It's really good, isn't it?
It's that I forgot about Joker. It's probably one of my favourite films this year.
Yeah, same. I didn't see it again though. I thought I would have. But
I saw it. Yeah, I
didn't
saw
see
it
it
3
again.
times.
Bloody hell. I saw Endgame 4 times.
Do you think he'll win the Oscar, Joaquin?
I think he'll be up for it.
Yeah.
But I'm not too. Just because the Academy isn't that big on comic book stories.
No, they despise it.
I'm
'Cause,
glad
like-
it made $1 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
Mickey Rat has made like $1 billion from all those movies this year,
Yeah.
and they can fuck off.
You were just singing Endgame's praises before you.
You love
knobhead.
Endgame.
I
mate.
haven't paid a penny to it though.
Yeah, but you worked it. You slaved away for them.
Well,
You're their bitch.
Wait, Carl
no,
directed
I need
Endgame.
to pay rent. I didn't create the
Yeah.
capitalist societal system.
Yeah, that is a bit strange that you love Endgame, but then you're slagging off the whole system.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, does it?
Yes,
No.
it does.
Are you going to watch all the Disney Plus
No, well,
Have you seen The Mandalorian?
No, I haven't.
I watched the first episode.
Good, yeah.
It's good. So
Really
it starts off really boring. Like it
Mm.
is boring.
Oh, you're selling this well.
And
Yeah.
but he wears them like because Mandalorians they wear their mask and they don't take it off.
Okay. Oh,
So,
what? I'm not Star Wars savvy.
It's
so
basically
like,
just dudes who wear armor,
okay.
like Boba Fett, but they're not one. He's not a
Oh,
Mandalorian,
okay,
but he wears
okay.
Mandalorian armor.
Okay.
So yeah, they're really it's all about their armor. Like
Mm.
they try and collect metal to make new pieces and stuff like that, but they never take the
Ah.
helmet off. So how am I gonna like connect with this dude?
Yeah.
He's just like a green
if
slate.
you can't see them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
There's a bit at the end with like a robot
Okay.
who's like an assassin, like he is.
That sounds
And then
cool.
at the end, it's really good. You might have seen
This-
like pictures of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw a picture of Baby Yoda.
yeah, I've seen
It's
a lot.
a baby Yoda,
Like.
not baby.
Oh,
Yoda.
not the Yoda.
No, it's not the Yoda.
It's a very
There's
Disney
like other
thing to do.
Yodas. I thought
Yeah, yeah,
Yoda
yeah.
was like.
No, it's like the first other one we've seen. But
Apart from
what?
Yaddle.
What?
Apart from Yaddle.
I don't know that one. Do you
It's-
want to tell us
it's on
about
It's
Yeah.
in the console.
that? What?
The
Is there?
female
I
Yoda.
can't
Yeah.
remember.
Do you know the guy
It's
with
a
the big long
female
head?
Yoda.
It's like it's in the same console as that.
The long head. He's not a Yoda.
No, like but he's like sat next to him or something like that in the same room.
Yeah, but he's not a Yoda.
Yeah, he's not a Yoda, but there is another Yoda, like a female Yoda that's in that
I think you
console.
are right, but not the long head one.
Yeah, not the no, not the
Why'd you
other
bring
one.
him up?
I'm just referencing his like council of people, like Mace Windu
Yeah.
and shit.
Why don't you say Mace
But
Windu?
Yoda in the old ones is the last of his kind, though, right?
Is he the last of his species?
Well, I just assumed that he was.
Well, if he
'Cause
Is he
he
a
thought he
Time Lord?
was, then
Yeah. Unless he had babies.
Yoda
Maybe Yoda was
babies.
getting busy on that little tree planet during that time.
Draggies.
Yeah.
R2D2.
R2D2.
But yeah, there's a baby Yoda,
Yeah.
and I'm excited for baby Yoda antics. You know what I mean?
I'm super excited.
Doing
for
some shooting and then like chucking the baby so it doesn't get shot, and then catching it and doing some more shooting.
Isn't
Yeah.
his bounty to kill the baby Yoda? I've heard.
Oh yeah,
What?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
I hope that
Yeah.
happens.
That's
No.
dark
I
for
hope
Disney.
it gets fucking slaughtered
I'm
on,
gonna cut
on
that.
screen explicitly.
Disney wouldn't allow it, Kyle.
I'm so excited for Disney Plus and all the services it will provide us with.
I'm
Please
not-
go and purchase Disney Plus from your nearest.
Praise be
This
to the Lord,
Owned by
Disney.
Disney.
This podcast is not endorsed.
Sponsored by Disney. Would you, if Disney came to you, Carl, and said we'd like to sponsor your podcast,
Would you do it?
would you do it?
Would you do it for a
Uh,
million quid?
They were like, we're going to fund your podcast from that. We're going to get all the best guests on.
You can
Well-
get Robert Downey Jr. on. You
Yeah,
can get Baby Yoda on.
Baby Yoda as
Baby
well. You would
Um,
you would reject Disney's offer.
I mean, would that mean that I'd have to join the Illuminati?
You're owned by them if you do.
Okay.
Yeah, Disney have made you their bitch.
Okay. I'd make one more demand, and that would be to get Frozen. Like Walt Disney got Frozen. And yeah,
Is that's your answer?
yeah.
Fair play.
And
Fair
then
play.
like whatever, like
Mhm.
they can get Emperor Palpatine on the podcast. I don't know.
Palpatine. He's
Oh.
back as well.
Yeah, it's silly.
That's the most ridiculous thing.
It was
Why?
just silly.
Why did they reveal it in the trailer as well?
Money.
Because The
It's
Last
so-
Jedi was shit and they wanted to get
Yeah, it
people
was.
in.
It was bad.
I hate that film.
Yeah, that bad. It shouldn't have been bad though. Ryan Johnson directed it.
I'm excited for Knives Out. I think
I'm
he's
very
good.
excited.
He's
I
just
think
he's
the
very
trailer
good.
for it looks pretty.
Yeah,
crap.
proper
Slide
who
Knives Out.
done
Well,
it.
I'm excited to the film, but I don't like the trailer.
Knives
Mm.
Out. Or
Yeah.
I think there's good trailers and there's bad trailers.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because I saw a really good one and then I showed Leon, and then like while we were in the cinema and he was
Mm.
like, I was like, oh mate, this looks sick. This. And at the end of the trailer he was like, nah, not into
Oh
that.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It wasn't
what-
good of a trailer though.
What trailer was it?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
No.
It is weird how trailers like completely. I remember the Batman v Superman trailer. If you want to see Batman v Superman, just watch the trailer.
Have you heard about the release the Snyder Cut thing?
Yeah, yeah.
What?
All the actors are.
Can you explain this? Because
it's not completed footage. Like it's
What?
not been CGI'd. Like
Yeah.
the scenes have been
Mm.
shot, but they haven't. So it's the same as that Hulk after credit scene
Oh,
from
yeah.
Infinity War.
yeah, yeah.
It's like that. Where and that's what it's gonna be.
There's
It's
a
gonna be, like,
Hulk.
scenes like
There's
that.
a Hulk.
Well, when they re-released Endgame to get
Yeah.
more people to come back, they added an after credit scene of like a missing scene with
Oh,
Hulk.
okay.
It's where he's
Before they
saving
meet
people
him.
from burning building, but he's not a completed like mold.
His
of
mouth
character.
doesn't move and stuff.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
before they meet him in the cafe thing. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
so,
yeah.
so in the film
love
it just
that
cuts
scene.
to that.
Yeah.
But in this version he would have been like saving people, gets Tony Stark on the blower, and
Yeah.
he's like, or whoever, and they're like, "Come on, down, let's go to cafe, get some eggs and
okay.
that."
But his face isn't moving properly.
Oh no, it's so weird, it's so janky.
That's odd.
So it's like DC fans who are like basically like, seeking
But it's good,
validation.
but it's gonna be
Mm.
shit,
Yeah.
obviously.
But
Yeah.
this Snyder cut though, is it going to make that much of a difference to Justice
Well, no,
League?
because so BVS came out and that was shit, and then they released the 3-hour-long Snyder cut, and it was like
Yeah.
a tiny bit
It-
better, but it's still shit. It's a shit
I
film.
watched the extended cut of Batman
seen
v
the extended
Superman.
cut.
The only good things they add in that film is the extra scenes with Superman, like going to visit. Do you remember they sort of go and visit that couple talking about Batman? That's all I can really remember that got added.
I just remember it being longer.
But yeah, that the DC, I'm guessing that's done now, like the DC universe. Well,
No.
actually no, Birds of Prey, right? And
Oh,
then,
fucking hell.
Do you want to know what that movie's actually
yeah,
called?
what-
It's
The
called-
Fabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
Oh my
The-
god.
Is that it?
Fantabulous
Oh god.
Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
Oh my god. How is Suicide Squad? It should be killed.
It's
the worst
atrocious.
movie I've ever
It's
seen in my life.
atrocious.
Yeah.
And this is gonna be shit. It looks
Mm.
shit.
What this one follows like the women.
Yeah.
So it's like.
But
like
can you tell me another one of them? Another one
Is
of
it
the
Black
Birds of
Canary in it? Maybe.
Prey? I don't know.
I don't know. And
You know
Ewan
what I mean?
McGregor's the villain. Ewan
Yeah,
McGregor's
yeah.
Black Mask, isn't he?
Is
He's
he
gonna be
Black
Black
Mask?
Mask? Yeah, yeah.
I like Black Mask.
Yeah,
cool.
Black Mask's great. But
like I just don't get it. I don't get what their thought process is. Like
yeah, I'm
it-
just so confused what's going on with it, because obviously they're doing the Batman now with Robert Pattinson, which is gonna that looks amazing. Like I haven't seen it, obviously, but that looks amazing.
yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully.
But like Wonder Woman 84 is coming out next year.
Yeah, and that will be in the same universe as well.
Aquaman 2, Shazam 2.
Shazam.
They're
Too.
doing
I
an
love Shazam.
Aquaman spin-off about the crab people.
Oh, that's silly.
What?
The
That's what-
trench.
What are
Why-
they
why-
doing?
yeah.
Why? I don't want to see
I don't
that.
get why they think of these
Why
things.
don't I give a shit about crabs?
I know.
Shazam was brilliant.
Yeah,
That was
Shazam.
pretty good.
He played being a child in a man's body so well. that it was amazing. I really enjoy Shazam. Yeah, but it just confuses me because because Henry Cavill's not Superman anymore, is he? Like he's
Well,
out.
yesterday he said that he might come back.
He might come back
Yesterday, yeah, as of yesterday.
Money, money. But Affleck's out, so like you can't really keep going with the DC without Batman. There's a bit of an issue.
Got Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, but that won't be in the unless
connect
everyone's
them.
trolling everyone, and that's actually a DC universe film.
I just think it's quite funny how it's just so bad. Like it's just such a joke, innit?
Yeah,
Like Justice League is just
yeah,
like
Justice League
ridiculous.
Was, yeah, poor. Justice League poor. Batman v Superman could have been that was the biggest letdown of that year for me. I was so excited for that film, but and then Suicide Squad. Like, is there any single thing you like about that film apart from the credits?
There is no.
No.
I think Jared Leto probably got robbed because they cut a lot of
Yeah.
his stuff out, and he does give a good performance apart from like the weird
It's-
growling.
It's just a weird take on the character.
Yeah, Jared Leto.
I don't like the writing.
I wasn't a fan.
What are we, some kind of Suicide Squad?
Yeah, the writing was atrocious. I wasn't a massive fan of anyone in that film. I think Margot Robbie's really good as Harley Quinn.
She's alright.
Do you think she's
She's
just
fine.
alright?
I don't watch it and be like, oh, I'm so like invested in this character.
Mm. No, I wasn't invested. I could not care less.
exactly.
If they all died at the end, I would have.
The villain was terrible.
Oh my god, this
Succubus.
big CGI thing.
The Incubus,
Incubus,
was it?
whatever
Yeah,
it's called. Yeah.
Silly.
Oh my god, and then Cara Delevingne starts doing that
Yeah.
weird dancing. Yeah,
Whee!
yeah.
I remember watching that.
Oh, the memories are coming flooding back to me now. You ruined my day.
He can climb anything.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, and
Slipknot.
then they done Slipknot so dirty.
Yeah, yeah.
Has a character ever been more fucked over?
I remember watching
Yeah.
the trailers and I was like, Slipknot's gonna
Yeah,
die.
if I was that actor, I picked up that script and I saw what happened, I would reject being in that
Yeah.
film. What he has one scene. He's like they big him up, and then I think they think they're being quite clever and being quite funny
yeah.
because they like set
Well,
him up
they
to
have
be.
to show off what happens if they run away.
Yeah.
That's literally all it
But
was.
don't you someone? Oh, they done him so dirty.
He won an Oscar.
Yeah.
It-
Costume design, wasn't it?
The costume
The
design.
hair and makeup.
Was it?
Yeah. And the makeup. Killer
Mm.
Croc. It's trash.
Oh.
Do you know? Do you
Jared
remember?
Leto's Joker. Trash.
Do you remember who it was up against that year? Did it beat anyone that
2016, so it would have been
for hair and makeup? I don't really know, but
La La Land and stuff like
Uh-oh.
that. What other movies came out in 2016?
a lot of films.
It hurts my brain to think.
What Marvel films came out that year? Doctor Strange and
Civil War.
Civil War. Yeah.
And they're fucking well better than that.
Yeah, they're well better than.
Doctor
Imagine
Strange
that.
isn't that good though.
Suicide Squad has an Oscar to its name.
Endgame's been submitted for a few Oscars, hasn't
Yeah,
it?
For a lot,
who
it's
for?
I think they've done it for like all of them. They've done loads of supporting ones, haven't
I'm
they?
guessing you disagree with this guy.
They put Don Cheadle up for best.
What? What?
So they submitted like
You're joking me.
like 15 names for best supporting actor. So it's like
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans,
yeah.
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt?
Yeah,
He's barely in it.
He comes through a fucking portal.
I don't think Chris Pratt actually. I don't. But
Don Cheadle.
definitely the ones that survived. So Don Cheadle, Karen
Yeah.
Gillan.
Oh,
um,
fucking
Is
hell.
Brie Larson up for it?
Oh,
Brie
Jesus
Larson's
Christ.
up for it. Yeah.
I can't start.
It makes it doesn't
that
make me-
character is.
It makes me not want it to win anything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because it's so like greedy, just going for it.
So they've. But what's the
Don
point? Like,
Cheadle.
Don Cheadle.
I want Don
What
Cheadle
happened?
to win.
I reckon if he did win it,
Imagine
straight
the
after they should
controversy.
play the English accent he does in Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
Just that behind it.
Imagine that though. Imagine the controversy and the Oscar go Don Cheadle Avengers Endgame.
Big Paul's up for it. Like everyone who survived the snap is
Mm.
up for best supporting actor.
But
The only one I'd be like, okay, fair. It would be Robert Downey Jr.
he smashes it in that
smashes
film.
it in that
If he
film.
won
He's-
best supporting actor, say if it was
Mm.
just him up for it, I'd be
Who
like,
is the-
okay.
who is the lead in Endgame?
There
though?
isn't one.
There isn't one.
There
They,
isn't
all,
one,
they
really.
put Josh Brolin up for best supporting and everything. Like
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. They
Imagine
didn't put anyone
Thanos
up.
winning an Oscar. Has anyone won an Oscar for playing like a CGI character?
Woody and Buzz, like they accepted an award for the first
Tim Allen
ever-
and
What for Tim
Tom
Allen?
Hanks.
and
for the
Tom
best animated movie. I think it was.
Well,
like
it was-
the first time they did it.
didn't that create the best
Yeah.
the best animation?
Didn't that
Because like
create it?
Shrek was in the audience with Donkey and I
Mm.
think Wallace and Gromit were there as well.
Wait,
I
what? You're
love
talking
Wallace
about an
and
actual
Gromit.
animation?
Yeah, like in the 2001 Oscars.
Mm.
So like Woody and Buzz came onto the stage like dressed in a suit,
Yes, boys. They're my boys.
and like in the audience clapping were like Shrek,
Yeah.
Donkey, Wallace and Gromit.
Andy Serkis should win an Oscar.
Yeah, Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, because he's
Yeah.
sick, isn't he?
Yeah, he's amazing.
He's playing Alfred in the
yeah,
Batman.
he's the new Alfred. This is what I mean. So I don't think it could be connected because they're recasting like all the.
Yeah, he
different-
doesn't look like Jeremy Irons.
They've only
I've-
got two Jokers.
Yeah.
What?
They got two Jokers.
It's not connected.
I know, but still.
silly. Do you know? I read that Jared Leto's fuming though.
Oh yeah.
He's like really angry. He's like, shut
Well,
the fuck up, Jared.
if you get so into the role, you're sending rats to people,
Yeah,
and then they say,
yeah, I
"Nah,
heard
it's
about
shit." You'd be gutted, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Mm.
I don't understand how like sending like used condoms to Will Smith is method acting. Like how
Yeah.
does that get you?
I think method acting's a bit silly
Yeah.
because I get the craft of it, and it's quite interesting to hear about. But
Mm.
if you can't like switch off from your job when you get home, you're not very good at your job.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
I get what you mean. There's a Daniel Day-Lewis like went around as Lincoln the entire time when he played Lincoln. Like even like when he gets home, whatever he does.
He's
but-
fascinating, him though. 'Cause he's been in like
He's-
7 films in the last
Yeah.
20 years, and was like
Yeah.
3 Oscars.
Yeah, 3 Oscars I think.
Insane.
The worst one for it was Jim Carrey with that comedian that he played.
Oh,
like, 10
Jim and
something.
Andy.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen
I
that.
haven't
No.
seen it either, but
There's a
apparently,
documentary-
Like, he was big knobheads, like
Yeah, there's a
Danny
documentary
DeVito.
about it.
Yeah.
I want to watch the documentary, but I feel like I'd need to watch the film to get it.
Is
but
that
I
the
don't
one
watch
where
film.
he's
The film's
like in the
called Man on
trailer?
Moon.
Okay.
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
the original guy, he's called Andy something.
Mm.
He was this comedian. He was a big asshole, but
Mm.
like people loved him. He was funny. He played like these different characters, you know, like Sacha Baron Cohen does, like
Mm.
Borat and stuff. But this guy, he was an asshole. Like he'd go into like talk shows and he'd just be a big knobhead.
Mm.
So they made a film about him called Man on the Moon, and Jim Carrey played him. For that film, Jim Carrey method acted and turned into a big knobhead. It's like everyone.
And he
that
was
he was
just
on
like
set
really
with-
horrible to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, like people had to call him Andy and stuff like that. And like
Yeah.
he probably like channeled it, and he did some weird stuff.
Mm.
So there's a documentary that came out like last year or
It's
the year
on
before.
Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah,
that
called
sounds
Jim and
super
Andy, where like
interesting.
the interview like. all
Does
the
he like
actors.
talk about? Does he feel bad? Did it?
I
By the
don't
trip?
know. I don't
Yeah.
know. He's a crazy guy, isn't he?
He's a bit of a nutter, isn't he? Yeah,
He's done some good movies.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
The
Mr.
Truman
Plopper's
Show.
Parents. Truman Show's.
What's
Truman
your
Show.
favourite Jim Carrey film?
Truman Show.
It's between that and
Mm.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless
Yeah,
Mind.
yeah.
I think I'd probably
Great.
say Truman Show.
Yeah, I think I love the Truman Show so much.
I remember
Such-
loving The Mask as a kid, but I don't know if
The
like
Mask,
that's.
yeah.
I don't know if that's like Adam Sandler films where like they were
Yeah.
amazing when I was a kid and all.
I never
Well,
watched that as a kid.
yeah.
And I tried watching it as a fully grown person, and
And
it was
you couldn't
shit.
do it.
It was horrible.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen it. I don't think I ever will.
Are you excited for Uncut Gems without Adam Sandler in
I
the
don't know
new
what
age?
this is.
It's have you not heard about it? So
No.
apparently, Adam Sandler, like, he's amazing in this film. Like, he's like meant to be like the best he's ever been. It's an A24 film,
Oh no.
and it's done by the guys. I can't remember the name, but they done a film called Good Time, and it's got Robert Pattinson, and it's on Netflix. You
Okay.
watch it. But it looks amazing. Yeah, it's
He
about
was in oh, what was it called? The Meyerowitz Stories or something like that. Have you heard of that?
with Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. It's got Dustin Hoffman in it as well.
Vaguely, yeah.
But he's really good in that. I don't know if it's called the
Yeah.
Meyerowitz Stories or the Meyerowitz,
Mm.
something like that. It was on Netflix, but that was really good.
Yeah,
And he's
yeah.
in it. He plays a really good role in it.
I think like comedians though are the best actors. Like they can
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
Steve Carell's like the best
Mhm.
example.
Oh,
Like
Steve Carell's fucking brilliant.
yeah, like he could do anything. I think Robin Williams was the same as well.
Yeah,
Like he
yeah.
could do anything as well. I think Paul Rudd was saying.
Yeah, I was gonna say Paul Rudd.
Yeah, Paul Rudd
yeah.
was saying that. I think like.
Apart from when he's playing Michael Myers, boom, we
yeah,
just came
yeah.
full circle, boys.
that we just came
This
full
Halloween
circle.
episode.
Yes, boys.
I was thinking, should we just call it Halloween and other films?
and
Yeah, I was
a
thinking that,
lot of
yeah.
other stuff going on, but
A
Yeah.
lot.
Talk about Gino D'Campo and all
Gino
that.
Gino Sheffield, my guy.
Samir's like round the corner now, so do you reckon do you want to record another episode like with Samir?
I'd love to do that.
I'll bounce on that mic because like I don't know how I'm gonna
Yeah,
make this
yeah.
over.
I'd
Yeah.
love to do that. We could talk about whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
boss.
yeah.
I think he's gonna come with us with a topic. I don't know, but
I
yeah.
could try and jump in, you know.
Is he just coming in?
Yeah, he's
There's my
passing
phone
through
over
uni
there.
now. So yeah, if you're listening, to be continued.
To be continued.
So I think we'll wrap it up there.
Watch Halloween, boys, the
Yeah.
original.
We'll watch
And
Halloween.
anyone who's not seen Halloween, watch it, because
Watch Halloween and then
Yeah.
Halloween Resurrection to see Busta
yes,
Rhymes.
and Resurrection
And Halloween water.
in all their 1 hour 37 minutes glory. Okay, big up the an hour and a half films.
So yeah, I think we'll wrap it up there. So thanks to Kyle as always for being my co-host.
Thank you, Phil.
Thanks to Leo for coming
Oh,
on,
boys, thank you. It's
having the
been-
chats.
Oh, I could talk to you boys all day.
It's lovely. We have a lovely
it's just
time.
nice that we get to share it with the world.
Yeah. So if you have any passions yourself that you want us to talk about, feel free to leave them in the comments because we'd love to talk about them.
Or hit us up in the DMs if you want to come on the show yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, what he said. If you want to come on the show and talk about stuff, we're always looking for guests. But other than that, we'll see you next time.
Sayonara, motherfuckers.
Thank you, dudes.
Bye.
Bye.